What does a flashing yellow arrow traffic signal mean? 1. Proceed with caution, yielding to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. 2. Stop and be prepared to obey the following signal. 3. Slow down and make the turn. The answer is 1. Proceed with caution, yielding to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. Flashing yellow arrow turns are allowed in the direction of the arrow. The oncoming traffic has a green light. Yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. When approaching an intersection with a flashing red traffic light, you should 1. Stop and wait for the light to turn green. 2. Treat it like a stop sign and proceed when it's safe. 3. Treat it like a yield sign and give way to oncoming traffic. The answer is 2. Treat it like a stop sign and proceed when it's safe. Flashing red light, used at dangerous intersections. Treat it like a stop sign, stop and proceed when safe. You should not start across an intersection if you know you will block the intersection when the light turns red. 1. Unless you entered the intersection on a yellow light. 2. Unless you entered the intersection on a green light. 3. Under any circumstances. The answer is 3. Under any circumstances. What does the following sign mean? 1. Uneven lanes ahead. 2. Lanes merge ahead. 3. Narrow bridge ahead. The answer is 3. Narrow bridge ahead. Narrow bridge, the bridge is wide enough to accommodate 2 lanes of traffic, but with very little clearance. Stay in your lane. When parking uphill on a street with a curb, you should turn your wheels. 1. Towards the curb. 2. Away from the curb. 3. Parallel to the curb. The answer is 2. Away from the curb. Uphill with curb, turn wheels away from curb. When parallel parking, you should park within underscore of the curb. 1. 6 inches. 2. 12 inches. 3. 18 inches. The answer is 2. 12 inches. Always park on the right side of the road, unless it is a one-way street. Park parallel to the curb in the direction of traffic, with right-hand wheels parallel to and within 12 inches of the curb or side of roadway. When approaching a roundabout, who has the right of way? 1. Vehicles entering the roundabout. 2. Vehicles already in the roundabout. 3. Pedestrians crossing the entrance. The answer is 2. Vehicles already in the roundabout. Drivers entering the roundabout must yield to traffic already in the roundabout. If there is no traffic, you may enter without yielding. When approaching a roundabout, you should 1. Enter the roundabout without yielding. 2. Stop before entering the roundabout. 3. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. The answer is 3. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Drivers entering the roundabout must yield to traffic already in the roundabout. If there is no traffic, you may enter without yielding. What does this sign mean? 1. Roundabout ahead. 2. Reduction of lanes. 3. Yield ahead. The answer is roundabout ahead. Roundabout circle provides advance notice of a roundabout. Prepare to slow down and possibly yield to traffic in the roundabout. When driving in a work zone, you should 1. Increase your speed to get through the zone quickly. 2. Slow down and be prepared for unexpected changes in traffic patterns. 3. Drive at the posted speed limit, even if workers are not present. The answer is 2. Slow down and be prepared for unexpected changes in traffic patterns. Traffic control devices are used in road construction and maintenance work areas to direct drivers and other road users safely through the work site. Be prepared to reduce your speed and use caution when directed to do so by a sign, flagger, or law enforcement officer. When driving in fog, you should use 1. Low beam headlights. 2. Parking lights. 3. High beam headlights. The answer is 1. Low beam headlights. When driving in low visibility conditions, drive with lights on low beam. High beams will reflect off the fog and impair visibility even more. When driving in heavy rain, you should 1. Turn on your high beam headlights. 2. Turn on your low beam headlights. 3. Turn on your hazard lights. The answer is 2. Turn on your low beam headlights. Smoke from wildfires and controlled burning, fog and heavy rain will affect your ability to see. When driving in low visibility conditions, drive with lights on low beam. High beams will reflect off the fog and impair visibility even more. What does this sign mean? 1. The vehicle is carrying hazardous materials. 2. The vehicle is an oversized load. 3. Slow-moving vehicle. The answer is 3. Slow-moving vehicle. Farm vehicles designed for operation at speeds less than 25 miles per hour must display this sign on the rear when using public highways, not limited access/interstates. Also, these vehicles must only be operated during daylight hours unless equipped with the proper lights/reflectors required for night driving. An orange triangle sign behind a vehicle indicates that 1. Vehicle travels below 25 miles per hour. 2. Vehicle travels faster than 25 miles per hour. 3. Vehicle travels below 35 miles per hour. The answer is 1. Vehicle travels below 25 miles per hour. Farm vehicles designed for operation at speeds less than 25 miles per hour must display this sign on the rear when using public highways, not limited access/interstates. Also, these vehicles must only be operated during daylight hours unless equipped with the proper lights/reflectors required for night driving. You are driving on a slippery road in a car with anti-lock brakes, ABS. If you need to make an emergency stop, you should 1. Pump the brake pedal hard and fast while steering to correct any skids. 2. Press down hard on the brake pedal, hold it down, and steer out of danger. 3. Push firmly on the brake pedal and then release it while steering toward the shoulder. The answer is 2. Press down hard on the brake pedal, hold it down, and steer out of danger. What does this sign mean? 1. Sharp right turn ahead. 2. 1 lane road ahead. 3. Keep left ahead. The answer is 1. Sharp right turn ahead. Sharp right turn. The road will make a sharp turn to the right. Slow your speed and do not pass other vehicles. How many years will a DUI conviction remain on your record? 1. 25 years. 2. 50 years. 3. 75 years. The answer is 3. 75 years. Drinking alcohol and driving is so dangerous, the penalties are very tough. People who drive after drinking risk heavy fines, higher insurance rates, loss of driver license, and even jail sentences. A DUI, driving under the influence, conviction must remain on your driving record for 75 years. Florida vehicle license plates and registration must be renewed. 1. Every year or every 2 years. 2. Every 3 years. 3. Every 5 years. The answer is 1. Every year or every 2 years. Vehicle license plates and registrations must be renewed each year or biennially. Registrations may be renewed up to 90 days prior to the expiration date. What does this sign mean? 1. Sharp turn ahead. 2. 1 lane road ahead. 3. Slippery surface ahead. The answer is 3. Slippery surface ahead. Slippery surface. In wet weather, drive slowly. Don't speed up or brake quickly. Make turns at slow speed. When changing lanes, you should 1. Change lanes without signaling. 2. Change lanes only if there is a dedicated turn lane. 3. Signal your intention and check your mirrors and blind spot. The answer is 3. Signal your intention and check your mirrors and blind spot. If you are a licensed driver under the age of 17, you must be accompanied by a driver who is 21 years of age or older and holds a valid Class E or higher driver license, if you want to operate a motor vehicle between 1. 9 p.m. and 7 a.m., unless you are driving to or from work. 2. 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., unless you are driving to or from work. 3. 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., unless you are driving to or from work. The answer is 2. 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., unless you are driving to or from work. A 16-year-old licensed driver may not drive between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless driving to or from work or accompanied by a licensed driver age 21 or older. A car's high beam headlights must show objects that are how many feet ahead? 1. 150 feet. 2. 450 feet. 3. 250 feet. The answer is 2. 450 feet. High beam headlights can reveal objects up to a distance of 450 feet and are most effective for speeds faster than 25 miles per hour. At night you should not use your high beams within 1. 300 feet of an oncoming vehicle. 2. 400 feet of an oncoming vehicle. 3. 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. The answer is 3. 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. Florida law says you must not use high beam headlights within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. Use low beam headlights. Not use high beam headlights within 300 feet of the vehicle ahead of you. Use low beam headlights. Drowsy driving causes which of the following? 1. Slows your thought process. 2. Affects your judgment. 3. All of the above. The answer is 3. All of the above. It is risky to drive drowsy because fatigue, being sleepy, can slow your thought processes and reaction time, affect your judgment and vision, impair your senses and abilities, and or cause micro-sleeping, nodding of, or falling completely asleep. What should you do if you need to take over-the-counter medications when driving? 1. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the side effects. 2. Stop taking your medication until the weekend. 3. Use caution and drive at a safe speed. The answer is 1. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the side effects. If a person is taking over-the-counter medications, they should be sure to check the label for warnings about the medication's effects prior to driving. If they are not sure it is safe to take the drug and drive, they should ask their doctor or pharmacist about any side effects. What does this road sign means? 1. Safe speed for commercial area. 2. Safe speed for residential area. 3. The maximum safe speed for an expressway exit. The answer is 3. The maximum safe speed for an expressway exit. Exit speed. This sign lists the maximum safe speed for an exit ramp on an expressway. Slow down to the posted speed. A diamond-shaped sign conveys what kind of information to drivers? 1. It signals a no passing zone. 2. It tells drivers they're in a school zone. 3. It warns drivers of hazards ahead. The answer is 3. It warns drivers of hazards ahead. Warning signs are normally yellow and diamond-shaped. They alert drivers to conditions ahead and what to look out for. What information does brown and white signs tell you? 1. Scenic or cultural information, pointing out parks or places of historical importance. 2. 511 Florida Department of Transportation information. 3. Service information, telling drivers about presence of nearby hospitals, motels, gas stations etc. The answer is 1. Scenic or cultural information, pointing out parks or places of historical importance. Brown and white signs direct you to scenic areas, parks, and areas of cultural/historical significance. Which of these is not a category of distracted driving? 1. Visual. 2. Audible. 3. Manual. The answer is 2. Audible. There are 3 main categories of driver distraction. 1. Visual, taking your eyes off the road. 2. Manual, taking your hands off the steering wheel. 3. Cognitive, thinking about anything other than driving. This signal represents 1. A crossroad ahead. 2. A church ahead. 3. A hospital ahead. The answer is 1. A crossroad ahead. Crossroad. A road crosses the main highway ahead. Look to the left and right for other traffic. By _law, you have agreed by signing your driver license to take a blood test, a urine test, or a breath test if asked by law enforcement officer who has reasonable cause that you are under the influence of alcohol or drugs while driving. 1. Implied consent law. 2. Move over law. 3. Florida's public records law. The answer is 1. Implied consent law. You will be asked to take a blood test, a urine test, or a breath test if a law enforcement officer has reasonable cause to believe that you are under the influence of alcohol or drugs while driving. Florida's standard speed limit in a school zone is 1. 15 miles per hour. 2. 20 miles per hour. 3. 25 miles per hour. The answer is 2. 20 miles per hour. Speed limits show the fastest speed you may drive under favorable conditions. You are responsible for adjusting your driving speed to the weather, roadway, and traffic conditions. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit for cars in a residential area is 1. 15 miles per hour. 2. 30 miles per hour. 3. 35 miles per hour. The answer is 2. 30 miles per hour. Municipal, business, or residential area, 30 miles per hour. Maximum speed except where otherwise posted. The maximum speed limit in residential areas in Florida is 1. 20 miles per hour. 2. 40 miles per hour. 3. 30 miles per hour. The answer is 3. 30 miles per hour. Speeding is against the law. You must obey the speed limit and you are responsible for knowing the speed limit when you are driving. Florida standard speed limits. School zones, 20 miles per hour, municipal, business, or residential area, 30 miles per hour, streets and highways, 55 miles per hour, and limited access highways, see page 34, 70 miles per hour. If you are the driver or owner of a vehicle which is in a crash that is your fault, and you are not insured in compliance with the financial responsibility law. 1. You must attend a driver financial responsibility course. 2. You will be placed on probation for up to 4 months. 3. You may be required to pay for the damages before your driving privilege is reinstated. The answer is 3. You may be required to pay for the damages before your driving privilege is reinstated. If you are the driver or the owner of a vehicle involved in a crash that is your fault, FLHSMV can require you to pay for the damages before your driving privilege is reinstated. What does this road sign means? 1. Yield ahead sign. 2. Detour sign. 3. Railroad crossing sign. The answer is 1. Yield ahead sign. Yield ahead. Yield sign ahead. Slow down and be prepared to stop or adjust speed to traffic. What does this road sign means? 1. Yield ahead sign. 2. Traffic signal ahead. 3. Always stop sign. The answer is 3. Always stop sign. Always stop. Traffic in all directions must stop. Vehicles proceed through the intersection in the order that they arrived. The first vehicle to reach the intersection should move forward first. If vehicles arrive at approximately the same time, each driver must yield to the driver on their right. When a road sign is green, it generally provides the driver with what information? 1. A regulation. 2. Direction guidance. 3. A general warning. The answer is 2. Direction guidance. Green signs usually indicate permitted movements and directional guidance. Brown signs, on the other hand, give motorists public recreation information and scenic guidance. What should you do if you are involved in a minor collision with no injuries? 1. Leave the scene immediately. 2. Wait for the police to arrive before moving your vehicle. 3. Move your vehicle out of the traffic lane, if possible, and exchange information with the other driver. The answer is 3. Move your vehicle out of the traffic lane, if possible, and exchange information with the other driver. If the crash is minor and your vehicle is blocking the flow of traffic, you must move it or have it moved. Exchange vehicle, witness, and driver information, name, address, phone number, license plate number, driver license and insurance. Take photos or sketch the scene, showing vehicle crash locations. What does this road sign means? 1. An intersection on the highway. 2. A school zone. 3. A railroad crossing. The answer is 3. A railroad crossing. Advance warning sign. This is usually the first sign you see when approaching a highway railroad crossing. Do not stop on the railroad tracks or within 15 feet of the crossing. What should you do if you experience a tire blowout while driving? 1. Immediately pull over to the shoulder and stop. 2. Apply the brakes firmly and steer to the side of the road. 3. Gently apply the gas pedal and steer in the direction you want the vehicle to go. The answer is 3. Gently apply the gas pedal and steer in the direction you want the vehicle to go. Tire blowout. 1. Take your foot off the gas. Do not use the brakes. 2. Concentrate on steering. 3. Slow down gradually. 4. Brake softly when the car is under control. 5. Pull completely off the pavement/roadway. The don't walk signal begins to flash and a pedestrian starts to cross the road. You should 1. Proceed only if the pedestrian has not yet reached your lane. 2. Honk your horn and signal him to speed up. 3. Wait until the pedestrian is safely across the street. The answer is 3. Wait until the pedestrian is safely across the street. Don't walk or raised hand. Never enter the crosswalk or begin crossing the street when the raised hand is flashing or solid. If you are already in the crosswalk when this signal begins flashing, quickly finish crossing the street. When is it legal to pass another vehicle using the shoulder of the road? 1. When the vehicle in front of you is stopped in an emergency. 2. You are not legally allowed to pass on the shoulder of the road. 3. When the vehicle in front of you is turning left. The answer is 2. You are not legally allowed to pass on the shoulder of the road. At dawn or dusk, or in rain or snow, it can be hard to see and be seen. A good way to let other drivers know you are there is to turn 1. On your parking lights. 2. On your headlights. 3. Up the instrument panel lights. The answer is 2. On your headlights. You must use your headlights at any time when conditions prevent you from seeing other vehicles and when it may be difficult for other drivers to see you. Always use your low beam headlights if weather conditions require you to use your windshield wipers. This regulatory signal is used 1. To prohibit heavy trucks entering to rural roads. 2. To prohibit certain traffic entering to highway. 3. To prohibit traffic entering from wrong direction. The answer is 3. To prohibit traffic entering from wrong direction. Do not enter on one-way streets and roadways where you may not enter. Which of the following are known as open intersections? 1. Intersections not protected by stop signs, yield signs, or traffic lights. 2. Intersections that are not protected by a police officer. 3. Intersections that are not controlled by a flashing red light. The answer is 1. Intersections not protected by stop signs, yield signs, or traffic lights. An open intersection is one without traffic control signs or signals. It's also known as uncontrolled intersection. What does a single broken yellow line in the middle of the road mean? 1. You must not cross the line. 2. You can cross the line only if the other side has a broken line. 3. Passing on the left is permitted when the way ahead is clear. The answer is 3. Passing on the left is permitted when the way ahead is clear. Single broken yellow line. Stay to the right of the line. You may cross this line to pass a car ahead of you only when it is safe to do so. What does a solid yellow line on right, your side, of the road mean? 1. You may not pass. 2. You may pass with caution. 3. You may only pass if there is no oncoming traffic. The answer is 1. You may not pass. Double yellow lines solid on right, your side of line, broken on left. Passing is not allowed in this lane. May turn left or pass a bicyclist when it is safe to do so. What does a broken yellow line on right, your side, of the road mean? 1. You may not pass. 2. You may pass with caution. 3. You may pass when safe to do so. The answer is 3. You may pass when safe to do so. Double yellow lines broken on right, your side of line, solid on left. Passing is permitted in this lane when safe to do so. What does the double yellow lines in the middle of the road mean? 1. Passing is allowed. 2. Traffic moving in the same direction on one-way roads. 3. Traffic moving in opposite directions on two-way roads. The answer is 3. Traffic moving in opposite directions on two-way roads. Double solid yellow lines. Vehicles moving in either direction must not pass/cross these lines, unless turning left when it is safe to do so. When approaching a railroad crossing without signals or gates, you should 1. Continue at the same speed. 2. Stop and look both ways. 3. Slow down, look both ways and listen. The answer is 3. Slow down, look both ways and listen. You must yield, slow down, be prepared to stop, Check if the tracks are completely cleared, and go on. You are driving toward a railroad crossing that does not have gates or lights. A train is approaching, but there might be just enough time for you to cross the tracks before it arrives. You should 1. Slow down, stop at the crossing, and wait for the train to cross in front of you. 2. Continue driving at the speed limit and see if you can make it across the tracks ahead of the train. 3. Speed up and drive faster than the speed limit, so you have more room to get across the tracks before the train arrives. The answer is 1. Slow down, stop at the crossing, and wait for the train to cross in front of you. When you see a bicyclist on the road ahead with their left arm extended downward to their left, you should assume the bicyclist is 1. Signaling that they are slowing down or stopping. 2. Just stretching their arm. It is not a signal of anything. 3. Signaling to change lanes to the left or make a left turn. The answer is 1. Signaling that they are slowing down or stopping. When you see a bicyclist on the road ahead with their right hand extended and arm horizontally from right side of bicycle, you should assume the bicyclist is 1. Signaling to change lanes to the right or make a right turn. 2. Just stretching their arm. It is not a signal of anything. 3. Signaling to change lanes to the left or make a left turn. The answer is 1. Signaling to change lanes to the right or make a right turn. When you see a bicyclist on the road ahead with their left hand extended and arm horizontally from left side of bicycle, you should assume the bicyclist is 1. Signaling that they are slowing down or stopping. 2. Just stretching their arm. It is not a signal of anything. 3. Signaling to change lanes to the left or make a left turn. The answer is 3. Signaling to change lanes to the left or make a left turn. What does this sign show you? 1. Right curve ahead. 2. Cross road ahead. 3. Side road ahead. The answer is 3. Side road ahead. Side road. Another road enters the highway from the direction shown. Watch for traffic from that direction. As a safe driver, you may prevent a road collision. 1. By staying on the left side of the lane. 2. By making frequent lane changes. 3. By keeping extra space between vehicles. The answer is 3. By keeping extra space between vehicles. Maintaining a large enough following distance, the space between you and the vehicle in front of you, greatly helps avoid a collision with the vehicle in front of you. The more distance between your vehicle and others, the more time you have to react. Keep a minimum following distance of 4 seconds during favorable weather and traffic conditions. Increase following distance during unfavorable weather or traffic conditions. Hydroplaning is a result of 1. Tires losing contact with the road due to wet conditions. 2. Driving too fast in heavy wind. 3. Braking too hard on dry pavement. The answer is 1. Tires losing contact with the road due to wet conditions. Hydroplaning happens when your vehicle slides on top of a thin layer of water between your tires and the road. When your tires are not touching the road, you can easily lose control and skid. Tires with low air pressure or bad tread increase the risk of hydroplaning, and so does speeding. What should you do if your vehicle starts to hydroplane? 1. Accelerate to regain traction. 2. Brake hard and steer towards the shoulder. 3. Steer in the direction you want to go and ease off the gas. The answer is 3. Steer in the direction you want to go and ease off the gas. Skidding/hydroplaning. 1. Take your foot off the gas pedal. 2. Do not use your brakes, if possible. 3. Turn the vehicle's front tires in the direction you want to go, steer in the direction of the skid. In order to slow down and exit the highway, you should use 1. Deceleration lanes. 2. Acceleration lanes. 3. Exit ramps. The answer is 1. Deceleration lanes. When leaving a limited access highway, get into the exit lane. Most exits are from the right lane. Activate your turn signal to show your intention to exit. Slow down in the deceleration lane. Check the posted safe speed for the exit ramp. When exiting a freeway, you should 1. Accelerate to pass slower traffic before exiting. 2. Maintain your speed until you are on the exit ramp. 3. Slow down on the freeway before entering the exit ramp. The answer is 2. Maintain your speed until you are on the exit ramp. Wait until you are fully in the deceleration lane, then reduce speed to the posted exit ramp limit. Exit ramps may be sharply curved. Proper exit speed is necessary to maintain control of your vehicle. Once off the freeway, adjust speed to meet two-way traffic, intersections and slower traffic. What should you do if you miss your exit on a highway? 1. Stop and back up on the highway. 2. Make a U-turn and go back. 3. Continue to the next exit. The answer is 3. Continue to the next exit. Don't make last-minute turns into an exit. If you pass your exit, you must go to the next one. What does this road sign means? 1. Added lane sign. 2. Lane ends sign. 3. No parking on pavement. The answer is 3. No parking on pavement. No parking on pavement. If you stop, you must always park off the pavement of the roadway. What's something important to do when you want to change lanes? 1. Speed up and squeeze in. 2. Wave to other drivers. 3. Signal at least 100 feet before making your turn. The answer is 3. Signal at least 100 feet before making your turn. Turning. Turn signals are required by law when changing lanes or overtaking a vehicle. You must give a turn signal at least 100 feet before making your turn. When a school bus stops and displays its red flashing lights on a highway divided by a raised barrier or an unpaved median at least 5 feet wide. 1. Vehicles traveling in the opposite direction on a divided highway must stop. 2. You can pass if no children are present. 3. Vehicles traveling in the opposite direction must proceed with caution. The answer is 3. Vehicles traveling in the opposite direction must proceed with caution. Divided highway unpaved space 5 feet plus / raised median / physical barrier. Vehicles behind the bus must stop. Vehicles traveling in the opposite direction must proceed with caution. When approaching a stopped school bus with its red lights flashing and stop arm extended, you must 1. Stop and wait until the red lights stop flashing. 2. Pass the bus slowly. 3. Proceed with caution, watching for children. The answer is 1. Stop and wait until the red lights stop flashing. On a two-way street or highway, all drivers moving in either direction must stop for a stopped school bus that is picking up or dropping of children. You must remain stopped until the stop signal is withdrawn and all children are clear of the roadway. When are you required to stop for a pedestrian in a crosswalk? 1. Whenever the pedestrian is in your lane or approaching closely enough to be in danger. 2. Only if the pedestrian is on your side of the road. 3. Only if the pedestrian is in a marked crosswalk. The answer is 1. Whenever the pedestrian is in your lane or approaching closely enough to be in danger. What does this road sign means? 1. Parking by disabled permit only. 2. Parking by special permit only. 3. No parking on pavement. The answer is 1. Parking by disabled permit only. Parking by disabled permit only. Parking in this space is only for vehicles displaying an official disabled parking permit and transporting a person with a disability. Which of the following statements is not true? 1. Drivers should have valid vehicle registration at all the time. 2. Valid auto insurance is required to drive on roads. 3. Driving without a valid driver's license is okay in rural areas only. The answer is 3. Driving without a valid driver's license is okay in rural areas only. It is illegal to permit or authorize an unlicensed person to drive a motor vehicle, and doing so can result in a 60-day jail sentence and a $500 fine. If you are going to stop or slow down where another driver is not expecting you, you should 1. Quickly tap the brake pedal several times. 2. Turn on your headlights. 3. Turn on your hazard lights. The answer is 1. Quickly tap the brake pedal several times. In Florida, if you are going to stop or slow down where another driver is not expecting you, you should use your brake lights and tap your brake pedal quickly to let them know. When you are driving on a multi-lane road, if another vehicle moves into your lane right in front of you, cutting you off, you should 1. Honk your horn and brake firmly, to quickly drop back from the other vehicle. 2. Stay calm. Slow down if necessary to avoid a crash, and gently drop back to a safe following distance. 3. Brake only if necessary to avoid a crash, and follow the other vehicle closely for a while. The answer is 2. Stay calm. Slow down if necessary to avoid a crash, and gently drop back to a safe following distance. What does this sign mean? 1. A gas station ahead. 2. Medical services ahead. 3. Phone services available ahead. The answer is 3. Phone services available ahead. Blue and white service signs directs you to services, such as gas, food, motels, and hospitals. The correct hand signal to indicate a right turn is 1. Hand and arm extended downwards. 2. Hand and arm extended upwards. 3. Hand and arm extended outwards. The answer is 2. Hand and arm extended upwards. What is the correct manual signal to indicate a left turn? 1. Hand and arm extended downwards. 2. Hand and arm extended upwards. 3. Hand and arm extended outwards. The answer is 3. Hand and arm extended outwards. What is the correct manual signal to indicate a slow or stop? 1. Hand and arm extended downwards. 2. Hand and arm extended outwards. 3. Hand and arm extended upwards. The answer is 1. Hand and arm extended downwards. What do we mean when we talk about a no zone? 1. Blind spots around large vehicles, such as trucks or buses. 2. A zone on a map where no vehicles are permitted. 3. An area in which you are not allowed to park. The answer is 1. Blind spots around large vehicles, such as trucks or buses. Rules for motorists: stay out of the no zone. CMVs, such as semi-trucks or travel buses, have large blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Even though CMVs have several rear-view mirrors, other vehicles will be hidden from view if within the no zone/blind spot. At a stop sign, you must come to a complete stop. 1. Before the stop line. 2. At the stop line. 3. After the stop line. The answer is 2. At the stop line. At stop sign, you must bring your vehicle to a complete halt. Stop before the stop line, or if there is no stop line, before the crosswalk or intersection at a point near the intersecting roadway where you have a clear view of approaching traffic. Who has the right of way when more than one driver comes to a four-way stop? 1. The first driver to stop must be the first to proceed. 2. The driver who signals first must proceed first. 3. The driver with the largest vehicle must proceed first. The answer is 1. The first driver to stop must be the first to proceed. At four-way stop, traffic in all directions must stop. Vehicles proceed through the intersection in the order that they arrived. The first vehicle to reach the intersection should move forward first. If vehicles arrive at approximately the same time, each driver must yield to the driver on their right. Which of the following right-of-way statements is wrong? 1. Vehicles, turning left must yield to oncoming traffic. 2. Drivers must yield to the vehicles already in the intersection. 3. When turning, yield to oncoming traffic at four-way stop intersection. The answer is 3. When turning, yield to oncoming traffic at four-way stop intersection. Right-of-way rules tell you who goes first and who must wait in different conditions. The law says who must yield, give up, the right-of-way. If the engine suddenly dies while driving around a curve, you must 1. Hold your steering wheel and keep your vehicle straight. 2. Drive to the right side of the road and stop. 3. Try to start the engine on the highway. The answer is 2. Drive to the right side of the road and stop. Breakdown/disabled vehicles, you must move the vehicle so all four wheels are out of traffic lanes as soon as possible. If you can't move it, you must have it moved as soon as possible. If possible, park where the disabled vehicle can be seen for 200 feet in each direction. Turn on your hazard lights. Get all passengers out of the car on the side away from traffic. Call FHP 347 or law enforcement for assistance. You are approaching a green traffic light, but traffic is blocking the intersection. What is the best thing to do? 1. Partially enter the intersection to establish your right-of-way. 2. Continue into the intersection and wait for traffic to clear. 3. Don't enter the intersection until you can fully clear it. The answer is 3. Don't enter the intersection until you can fully clear it. When approaching a green traffic light in Florida and traffic is blocking the intersection, you should not enter the intersection until it is clear. This ensures that you do not block traffic and contribute to congestion. What is the meaning of this sign? 1. Zoo is ahead. 2. Farm is ahead. 3. Deer crossing area is ahead. The answer is 3. Deer crossing area is ahead. Animal crossing. The animal pictured on the sign is common in the area. Watch for animals crossing the road, particularly during twilight and at nighttime. If you want to go to a social event where you might drink alcohol, you should 1. Use public transportation or a taxi, if available, or arrange to go in a vehicle with 2 or more persons and agree that one of you will not drink alcohol. 2. Plan to drive home on back streets and roads with no traffic, if you drink any alcohol at the event. 3. Either of these. The answer is 1. Use public transportation or a taxi, if available, or arrange to go in a vehicle with 2 or more persons and agree that one of you will not drink alcohol. You are driving on a public road and need to turn your vehicle around. You can use a 3-point turn. 1. Whether the road is straight or curved, but not if the road is on a hill. 2. Only where U-turns are permitted, and only if the road is too narrow for your vehicle to make a U-turn and you cannot go around the block. 3. In place of a U-turn, if there is a sign prohibiting a U-turn. The answer is 2. Only where U-turns are permitted, and only if the road is too narrow for your vehicle to make a U-turn and you cannot go around the block. In Florida, a child under the age of secured in a federally approved child restraint seat. 1. 3. 2. 5. 3. 8. The answer is 2. 5. Florida law requires that all drivers, all front seat passengers, and all passengers under the age of 18 wear safety belts. Florida law requires children age 5 and under to be secured properly in a crash-tested, federally approved child restraint device. Drivers will be charged with a safety belt/child restraint violation if any passenger under the age of 18 is not restrained with the proper safety belt or child restraint device. What potential consequences may arise from consuming alcohol while on prescription medication? 1. Reduced medication effectiveness and increased risk of side effects. 2. Improved concentration and alertness. 3. Enhanced medication potency and faster symptom relief. The answer is 1. Reduced medication effectiveness and increased risk of side effects. Alcohol and drugs should not be consumed at the same time. Mixing alcohol and drugs often multiplies the effects of the alcohol and drugs. For example, one drink, when you are also taking an allergy or cold medication, could have the same effect as several drinks. What does this warning sign represent? 1. Trucks are not allowed on this road. 2. Beware of trucks approaching ahead. 3. Steep hill ahead. The answer is 3. Steep hill ahead. Hill/downgrade. Slow down and be ready to shift to lower gear to control speed and save brakes. If a law enforcement officer suspects your vehicle is not properly maintained or does not comply with Florida motor vehicle equipment standards, the officer 1. May stop your vehicle at any time for a vehicle inspection. 2. Is not allowed to inspect your vehicle. 3. Must give you 10 days notice before inspecting your vehicle. The answer is 1. May stop your vehicle at any time for a vehicle inspection. Equipment standards. The equipment on your car must meet certain standards. You may be stopped at any time by law enforcement for a vehicle inspection. When preparing to leave a parallel parking space, you should 1. Not make a U-turn on divided highways. 2. Not want to yield cyclists approaching behind. 3. Indicate your intention with turning signals. The answer is 3. Indicate your intention with turning signals. Before you drive from a parked position, make sure the roadway is clear. Give the proper turn signal and yield to other traffic before pulling away from the curb. This sign at an intersection means 1. No right turn permitted at this intersection. 2. All traffic must turn left at the next intersection. 3. No right turn on red light. The answer is 1. No right turn permitted at this intersection. No right turn. You must not make a right turn at this intersection, also no left turn. When is it legal to make a U-turn? 1. At any intersection. 2. Only when it is safe and legal to do so. 3. Only at intersections with a U-turn permitted sign. The answer is 2. Only when it is safe and legal to do so. Never make a 3-point turn or a U-turn on a curve, a hill, the highway, or where there is a sign that prohibits U-turns. When can you turn left if there is a red arrow traffic light pointing to the left? 1. You cannot turn while the arrow traffic light is red. 2. You cannot turn until oncoming vehicles yield to you. 3. You cannot turn until you come to a complete stop. The answer is 1. You cannot turn while the arrow traffic light is red. Red arrow, do not make the movement shown by the arrow until the green light appears. What is the correct order of traffic light signals from top to bottom? 1. Green, yellow, red. 2. Red, yellow, green. 3. Yellow, green, red. The answer is 2. Red, yellow, green. What should a driver do if they're feeling worried, nervous, angry, or crying before driving their car? 1. Take the time to focus on driving before starting the engine. 2. Start the engine and go. 3. Drive as fast as possible to feel better. The answer is 1. Take the time to focus on driving before starting the engine. Emotions can have an effect on driving safely. You may not be able to drive safely if you are worried, excited, crying, angry, or depressed. Your emotional state can alter the way you react, or overreact, to driving situations. Take time to calm down and get focused before driving. What does this sign tell you about what's happening on the road? 1. Flagger ahead. 2. A picnic area or park nearby. 3. School crossing ahead. The answer is 1. Flagger ahead. Flaggers. People who work in roadway construction/maintenance zones to stop, slow, or guide traffic safely through the area. Flaggers wear bright-colored/fluorescent vests or jackets and use red flags or signs to direct traffic. When entering an expressway, never stop in the acceleration lane unless traffic is 1. Moving at less than 50 miles per hour. 2. Exceeding the posted speed limit. 3. Too heavy for you to merge safely. The answer is 3. Too heavy for you to merge safely. Do not stop in the acceleration lane unless traffic is too heavy and there is no space for you to enter safely. If another vehicle is passing you on the highway, you should 1. Steer your vehicle into the other lane of the road. 2. Let the other vehicle pass you safely. 3. Increase speed to follow the vehicle. The answer is 2. Let the other vehicle pass you safely. Being passed. Do not increase your speed when you are being passed. Move to the right side of your lane to give passing drivers more room and a better view of the road ahead. In which of the following situations is legal to pass a vehicle in the right lane? 1. When the vehicle you are passing is turning left. 2. When the vehicle you are passing is turning right. 3. When the vehicle you are passing is trying to change lanes. The answer is 1. When the vehicle you are passing is turning left. Passing on the right is only legal when there are 2 or more traffic lanes moving in the same direction or the vehicle you are passing is making a left turn. When traveling on a 2-lane highway and a vehicle in front of you stops for a pedestrian, you must 1. Slow down and pass the vehicle slowly. 2. Do not pass the stopped vehicle. 3. Warn the stationary vehicle to take a detour. The answer is 2. Do not pass the stopped vehicle. You may not overtake or pass a vehicle that stopped at a crosswalk to allow a pedestrian to cross the roadway. A driver approaching a vehicle from the rear that is stopped at a crosswalk must assume that a pedestrian may be crossing, even when none can be seen at that moment. You may overtake another vehicle safely if you see 1. A school bus ahead with red lights on and a stop sign displayed. 2. A hill or curve ahead where visibility is limited. 3. Continuous broken yellow lines in your side of lane. The answer is 3. Continuous broken yellow lines in your side of lane. Single broken yellow line, stay to the right of the line. You may cross this line to pass a car ahead of you only when it is safe to do so. When you are driving in bad weather and your windshield wipers stop working, you should 1. Turn on your high beams and continue driving. 2. Turn on your low beams and continue driving. 3. Pull off the road and stop until visibility improves. The answer is 3. Pull off the road and stop until visibility improves. If your windshield wipers stop working while driving in bad weather in Florida, you should pull off the road carefully and turn on your hazard flashers. When turning corners, drivers should turn the wheel using 1. The hand-to-hand technique. 2. The one-handed technique. 3. The hand-over-hand technique. The answer is 3. The hand-over-hand technique. In Florida, when is it legal to leave children aged 6 or younger alone in a car? 1. Only if the ignition is on and windows roll down. 2. Only for less than 15 minutes and the child is safe. 3. Only if car is left running with the air conditioning turned on. The answer is 2. Only for less than 15 minutes and the child is safe. In Florida, it's illegal to leave a child under 6 years old alone in a car for more than 15 minutes. It's also illegal to leave a child unattended in a car if the engine is running or the child is in danger. You are driving on a multi-lane road or highway, and are approaching an emergency vehicle parked along the roadway with its emergency lights activated. If you are in the lane closest to the emergency vehicle, you must 1. Turn on your headlights so the emergency workers can see your vehicle approaching. 2. Stay in your lane and obey the speed limit. 3. Safely leave the lane closest to the emergency vehicle, or slow down to a speed 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. The answer is 3. Safely leave the lane closest to the emergency vehicle, or slow down to a speed 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Which of the following is the minimum safe following distance under normal driving conditions? 1. 3 to 4 seconds. 2. 1 to 2 seconds. 3. 5 to 6 seconds. The answer is 1. 3 to 4 seconds. Follow at a safe distance, do not follow too closely behind other cars. Keep a minimum following distance of 3 to 4 seconds. If you are one of the first people to arrive at the scene of an accident, you should 1. Move your vehicle as close to the incident as possible. 2. Try to move injured ones to the hospital. 3. Call the police and seek medical help to the injured. The answer is 3. Call the police and seek medical help to the injured. What does this road sign means? 1. Passing is allowed on right lane. 2. Right lane ends, merge left. 3. Road narrows ahead. The answer is 2. Right lane ends, merge left. Reduction of lanes. The right lane ends and traffic must merge left. Drivers in the left lane should allow others to merge smoothly. What does the below sign indicate? 1. Divided highway ahead. 2. Divided highway ends. 3. Two-way traffic ahead. The answer is 1. Divided highway ahead. The highway ahead is divided by a median or physical barrier. What does the below sign indicate? 1. Warning, divided highway ends ahead. 2. Two-way traffic advance warning. 3. Winding road advance notice. The answer is 1. Warning, divided highway ends ahead. Divided highway ends. The divided highway ends 350 to 500 feet ahead. You will then be on a roadway with two-way traffic. Keep to the right. Florida law exempts the following drivers from seat belt requirements, except 1. Employees of a home newspaper delivery service. 2. Post office employees delivering mail. 3. Agricultural equipment drivers. The answer is 2. Post office employees delivering mail. Florida law exempts the following from the safety belt requirements. A person certified by a physician as having a medical condition that causes safety belt use to be inappropriate or dangerous. Keep a copy of certification while driving/being driven. Employee of a newspaper home delivery service while delivering newspapers. School buses purchased new prior to December 31, 2000. Buses used for transportation of persons for compensation, farm equipment, and trucks of a net weight of more than 26,000 pounds. When you are driving at night. 1. You can drive with only your parking lights on, if you are in an area with good street lights. 2. You must not drive with only your parking lights on, in place of headlights. It is against the law. 3. You may drive with only your parking lights on, instead of headlights, if you are driving at low speed. The answer is 2. You must not drive with only your parking lights on, in place of headlights. It is against the law. Parking lights. It is against the law to drive using only parking lights in place of headlights. When a school bus is stopped with its red lights flashing on an undivided roadway, drivers 1. Must stop. 2. Should honk their horn. 3. May pass cautiously. The answer is 1. Must stop. Painted lines or pavement markings are not considered barriers. You must always stop if you are moving in the same direction as the bus, and you must remain stopped until the stop signal is withdrawn. When you see a pedestrian with a white cane or guide dog at a crosswalk, you should 1. Stop and give the pedestrian the right of way. 2. Honk your horn to alert them of your presence. 3. Proceed with caution. The answer is 1. Stop and give the pedestrian the right of way. Come to a complete stop, yield the right of way, and use extra caution when approaching a visually impaired pedestrian who is carrying a white cane with a red tip or guided by a service animal. When approaching an intersection, if you see a traffic sign in the shape of a triangle, the sign is 1. A do not enter sign. 2. A yield sign. 3. A one-way traffic sign. The answer is 2. A yield sign. Yield. Slow down. Give vehicles crossing your path the right of way. If the way is clear, you may move forward slowly without stopping. Which of the following statements about smoking in a car, when a child is present, is true? 2. It is illegal to smoke in car when a child is present. 3. It is legal to smoke with a child on board if windows are rolled down. 4. There is no Florida law on smoking when a minor is present. The answer is 1. It is illegal to smoke in car when a child is present. What should you do when you want to switch from the right lane to the left lane on a big highway? 1. Honk your horn loudly. 2. Look in your rearview mirror for traffic behind you before changing lanes. 3. Ask a friend to do it for you. The answer is 2. Look in your rearview mirror for traffic behind you before changing lanes. Turn on your left turn signal well in advance, check your mirrors thoroughly, look over your shoulder to check your blind spot, and only change lanes when it is safe to do so, ensuring there is adequate space in the left lane. Remember that in Florida, the left lane is primarily for passing, so only use it when necessary to overtake another vehicle. This warning sign notifies you that there is 1. A low area on the road. 2. A bridge is ahead. 3. A slippery road ahead. The answer is 1. A low area on the road. Dip. There is a low place in the road. Go slowly and be ready to stop and turn around if the dip is filled with water. When a projecting load extends to the rear 4 or more feet beyond the bed or body of a vehicle in the daytime, the extreme rear and sides of the load must be marked by 4. 1. Red flags. 2. White flags. 3. White lights. The answer is 1. Red flags. Turn on your left turn signal well in advance, check your mirrors thoroughly, look over your shoulder to check your blind spot, and only change lanes when it is safe to do so, ensuring there is adequate space in the left lane. Remember that in Florida, the left lane is primarily for passing, so only use it when necessary to overtake another vehicle. Before making a left or right turn, you should signal for at least 1. 400 feet. 2. 50 feet. 3. 100 feet. The answer is 3. 100 feet. You must activate your turn signal at least 100 feet before making your turn. Allow time for drivers around you to see your signal before you move. Disabled people who display disability placards can park 1. With the front facing out only. 2. On disability parking places only. 3. On disabled and non-disabled parking spots. The answer is 3. On disabled and non-disabled parking spots. Person with mobility impairment don't have to pay parking fees on any public street, highway, or metered space and may park in spaces reserved for persons with disabilities. However, they must display a disabled parking permit or plate to park in these designated spaces, and the vehicle must actually be transporting the person with the disability who owns the permit or registration. When you're driving down the hill, you should 1. Change your gear to a neutral position. 2. Change your gear to a lower position. 3. Change your gear to a higher position. The answer is 2. Change your gear to a lower position. When driving down a hill in Florida, you should shift into a lower gear to control your speed and avoid braking too hard. What should you do when you want to turn right at the next intersection? 1. Signal for 100 feet before turning. 2. Switch lanes quickly before making the turn. 3. Turn without signaling. The answer is 1. Signal for 100 feet before turning. You must activate your turn signal at least 100 feet before making your turn. Allow time for drivers around you to see your signal before you move. When entering a freeway, you should 1. Stop before merging with traffic. 2. Accelerate to match the speed of traffic and merge when it is safe to do so. 3. Yield to traffic already on the freeway. The answer is 2. Accelerate to match the speed of traffic and merge when it is safe to do so. When entering a limited access highway, 1. On the entrance ramp, begin checking for an opening in traffic. Signal your intent to merge onto the highway. 2. Increase your speed as the ramp straightens into the acceleration lane. 3. Adjust your speed to safely merge into traffic when you reach the end of the acceleration lane. How should you maintain your speed when moving toward an exit ramp? 1. Keep the same speed when moving toward the exit ramp. 2. Do not slow down until you have moved onto the exit ramp. 3. Slow down before moving onto the exit ramp. The answer is 3. Slow down before moving onto the exit ramp. When leaving a limited access highway. 1. Get into the exit lane. Most exits are from the right lane. 2. Activate your turn signal to show your intention to exit. 3. Slow down in the deceleration lane. Check the posted safe speed for the exit ramp. 4. Don't make last-minute turns into an exit. If you pass your exit, you must go to the next one. The danger areas around trucks and buses where accidents are most frequent are called 1. Dark zone. 2. Blind spots. 3. Empty spaces. The answer is 2. Blind spots. Stay out of the no zone. CMVs, commercial motor vehicles, have large blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Even though CMVs have several rear-view mirrors, other vehicles will be hidden from view if within the no zone/blind spot. If a big truck or bus is turning right, and you want to turn right too, what should you do? 1. Wait until the truck or bus turns before you turn. 2. Honk your horn and go first. 3. Speed up and pass the truck or bus. The answer is 1. Wait until the truck or bus turns before you turn. If a large truck or bus is turning right and you also want to turn right, wait behind the large vehicle and allow it to complete its turn fully before you begin your turn. This is because large vehicles often need to swing wide to make a right turn, so you should give them ample space to maneuver safely without cutting them off. If you see a solid yellow signal on a traffic light as you approach an intersection, you should 1. Stop if you can do so safely. 2. Continue with the same speed. 3. Speed through the intersection. The answer is 1. Stop if you can do so safely. Yellow light. Warning, the light is changing to red. Stop if you can safely do so. It is extremely dangerous to be in an intersection when the light turns red. How drivers can avoid hypnosis on the road. 1. Talking on cell phone frequently. 2. Moving your eyes continuously from one side of the road to the other. 3. Constantly changing lanes. The answer is 2. Moving your eyes continuously from one side of the road to the other. When you are driving on a highway that does not have a paved shoulder, if your vehicle breaks down you should 1. Try to get your vehicle completely out of the traffic lanes and off the paved surface of the highway before stopping. 2. Try to stop your vehicle with your right wheels off the paved surface of the highway, and your left wheel still on the paved surface. 3. Try to bring your vehicle to a stop on the right side of the highway, with all four wheels still on the paved surface. The answer is 1. Try to get your vehicle completely out of the traffic lanes and off the paved surface of the highway before stopping. If a law enforcement officer stops a vehicle for a traffic violation and finds a front seat passenger 17 years of age or younger not wearing a seat belt violation will be charged to 1. The front seat passenger. 2. The driver. 3. Neither the driver nor the front seat passenger. The answer is 2. The driver. Drivers will be charged with a safety belt/child restraint violation if any passenger under 18 is not properly restrained. Passengers 18 years old or older will be charged with the violation if they fail to wear a safety belt when required by law. When do drivers have to wear their seat belts, safety belts? 1. Only when carrying passengers. 2. Only when driving on highways. 3. At all times. The answer is 3. At all times. Florida law requires all drivers, front seat passengers, and passengers under the age of 18 wear safety belts. This red and white triangle sign is a 1. Stop sign. 2. Construction sign. 3. Yield sign. The answer is 3. Yield sign. Yield. Slow down. Give vehicles crossing your path the right of way. If the way is clear, you may move forward slowly without stopping. What does a flashing yellow light mean? 1. The traffic signal is not working. 2. Proceed with caution. 3. Stop and yield the right of way. The answer is 2. Proceed with caution. Flashing yellow light. Used at, or just before, dangerous intersections. Also used to alert you to a warning sign such as a school crossing or sharp curve. Proceed with caution. This warning sign means 1. Winding road ahead, begins with a curve to the left. 2. Passing allowed from left and right. 3. Winding road ahead, begins with a curve to the right. The answer is 3. Winding road ahead, begins with a curve to the right. Winding road. There are several curves ahead. Drive slowly and carefully and do not pass other vehicles. When is it okay to use your car's flashing hazard lights? 1. When your car is parked at home. 2. When you want to race with other drivers. 3. When your vehicle is stopped or disabled on the highway or shoulder. The answer is 3. When your vehicle is stopped or disabled on the highway or shoulder. When are you allowed to drive in a bicycle lane? 1. When preparing to make a right turn. 2. Whenever there is no bicycle traffic. 3. Never. The answer is 1. When preparing to make a right turn. When you must cross into a bike lane to make a turn, yield to any bicyclist and make your turn behind the bicyclist. You are looking for a place to park your vehicle and there is a space ahead, near a fire hydrant. You are not allowed to park. 1. Within 10 feet of a fire hydrant. 2. Within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. 3. Within 20 feet of a fire hydrant. The answer is 2. Within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. It's against the law to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. When sharing the road with a bicycle, you should allow at least underscore of clearance when passing. 1. 1 foot 2. 3 feet 3. 5 feet. The answer is 2. 3 feet. Florida law requires that you give bicyclists a minimum of 3 feet of clearance and use caution/slow speed when driving next to or passing them. When turning right on a green light, you should 1. Turn without stopping or yielding to pedestrians. 2. Stop and wait for the light to turn red before turning. 3. Yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk. The answer is 3. Yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk. A driver facing a green light has the right of way at a traffic light unless they are turning. If they are turning, they must yield the right of way to vehicles, bicycles, and pedestrians proceeding straight through the intersection. This road sign means 1. Be prepared to stop if the light is flashing. 2. There is a traffic signal ahead. 3. Controlled railroad ahead. The answer is 2. There is a traffic signal ahead. Traffic signal ahead. A traffic signal is at the intersection ahead. Slow down, poor visibility is likely. Which of the following factors does not affect the distance required to stop your vehicle? 1. Vehicle speed. 2. Tire condition. 3. Color of the vehicle. The answer is 3. Color of the vehicle. When is it allowed to drive off the main roadway to overtake another vehicle? 1. It is not allowed to leave the main roadway. 2. When the vehicle in front turns left. 3. When the left lane is blocked by an accident or obstruction. The answer is 1. It is not allowed to leave the main roadway. In Florida, it is never permitted to drive off the main roadway to overtake another vehicle. Drivers must pass other vehicles safely and within the confines of the road. When making a left turn, you should position your vehicle. 1. In the left lane or left side of a single lane. 2. In the center of the lane. 3. In the right lane or right side of a single lane. The answer is 1. In the left lane or left side of a single lane. When driving on a multi-lane highway, you should use the left lane for 1. Traveling at any speed. 2. Traveling at or below the speed limit. 3. Passing only. The answer is 3. Passing only. Florida law states that a driver must move out of the left lane when being overtaken from behind by another vehicle traveling at a faster speed. A yellow pennant-shaped sign on the left side of the road indicates 1. A school zone. 2. A no passing zone. 3. A merge ahead. The answer is 2. A no passing zone. A pennant-shaped road sign is a warning sign, and it is used for a single purpose, to mark the start of a no passing zone. The pennant-shaped sign is always yellow with black text and placed on the left side of the road, never on the right side. This traffic sign means 1. Passing is not permitted. 2. U-turn is not permitted. 3. Stopping is not permitted. The answer is 1. Passing is not permitted. A pennant-shaped road sign is a warning sign, and it is used for a single purpose, to mark the start of a no passing zone. The pennant-shaped sign is always yellow with black text and placed on the left side of the road, never on the right side. A broken white line on the road indicates 1. You must stay in your lane. 2. The edge of the roadway. 3. You may change lanes if it is safe to do so. The answer is 3. You may change lanes if it is safe to do so. White lane lines separate lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Single broken white line. You may cross this line to change lanes when it is safe to do so. When should you use your horn? 1. To greet another driver. 2. To scold a driver who made a mistake. 3. To announce your presence when approaching a blind curve. The answer is 3. To announce your presence when approaching a blind curve. In Florida, you should use your horn when it's reasonably necessary to ensure safe operation. This means you should use your horn to warn others of potential danger. What should you do if you're driving really slowly and causing a traffic jam behind you? 1. Close your eyes and keep driving. 2. Pull off the right side of the road and let traffic pass. 3. Pull off the left side of the road. The answer is 2. Pull off the right side of the road and let traffic pass. Driving too slowly is also against Florida law. You must not drive so slowly that you block or delay traffic moving at normal, safe speeds. You should drive with the flow of traffic, within the speed limit. When driving slower than the flow of traffic, keep right so others may safely pass. What actions should you take when an emergency vehicle approaches from either in front or behind you? 1. Speed up to create space and prevent blocking the path. 2. Pull over to the right and come to a stop. 3. Pull over to the left and come to a stop. The answer is 2. Pull over to the right and come to a stop. Pull over to the closest edge of the roadway immediately and stop until the emergency vehicle has passed. Do not block intersections. If traffic from other roads is merging on the road you are driving, you must 1. Adjust your speed and vehicle position to yield. 2. Change lanes immediately. 3. Ignore traffic coming together as you have the right of way. The answer is 1. Adjust your speed and vehicle position to yield. If traffic from other roads is merging on the road you are driving in Florida, you must yield the right of way to the merging traffic, meaning you should allow them to merge safely into your lane by adjusting your speed and creating space when possible. Which of these vehicles must always stop before crossing railroad tracks? 1. Any vehicle with 3 or more axles or weighing more than 4,000 pounds. 2. Trucks marked with hazardous materials placards. 3. Motor homes or pickup trucks towing a boat trailer. The answer is 2. Trucks marked with hazardous materials placards. Vehicles required to come to a stop at railroad crossings, such as city and school buses and vehicles carrying hazardous materials. What information does this white sign with a picture convey? 1. Pass traffic in the right lane. 2. You should slow down and move to the right lane. 3. Stay in the right lane if you are driving more slowly than other traffic. The answer is 3. Stay in the right lane if you are driving more slowly than other traffic. Slower traffic keep right. Slower traffic must stay in the right lane unless passing. Slower traffic must move out of the left lane when being overtaken by a faster vehicle. When approaching a traffic signal displaying a steady yellow light, you should 1. Speed up to beat the red light. 2. Maintain your speed and proceed with caution. 3. Slow down and prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. The answer is 3. Slow down and prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. Yellow light. Warning, the light is changing to red. Stop if you can safely do so. It is extremely dangerous to be in an intersection when the light turns red. There is no crosswalk and you see a pedestrian crossing your lane ahead. You should 1. Make eye contact with and then pass the pedestrian. 2. Slow down as you pass the pedestrian. 3. Stop and let the pedestrian finish crossing the street. The answer is 3. Stop and let the pedestrian finish crossing the street. You are driving a vehicle that has an automatic transmission. When you park on a hill, you should 1. Shift the transmission into park, and leave the parking brake off. 2. Set the parking brake first, before you shift the transmission into park. 3. Shift the transmission into park, and then set the parking brake. The answer is 2. Set the parking brake first, before you shift the transmission into park. When drive through the water, what action help you to dry the wet brake pads while driving? 1. Continue driving and avoid using the brakes until they dry out. 2. Increase your speed to quickly dry the brake pads. 3. Apply light pressure on brakes to help dry the brake pads and restore their effectiveness. The answer is 3. Apply light pressure on brakes to help dry the brake pads and restore their effectiveness. Wet brakes. 1. Test brakes lightly. 2. Brakes may pull to one side or may not hold at all. 3. Dry brakes by driving slowly in low gear and applying brakes. What does this sign mean? 1. One lane road ahead. 2. Merging traffic. 3. Lane ends ahead. The answer is 2. Merging traffic. Merging traffic. Ahead another traffic lane joins the one you are on. Watch for other traffic and yield the right of way when necessary. You're driving in the left lane, and cars are passing you on the right. What should you do if the driver behind you wants to go faster? 1. Move into the right lane when it is safe. 2. Close your eyes and keep driving. 3. Speed up and race with them. The answer is 1. Move into the right lane when it is safe. Florida law states that a driver must move out of the left lane when being overtaken from behind by another vehicle traveling at a faster speed. What should you do if you approach a drawbridge with a red signal? 1. Slow down and watch for signs. 2. Stop completely. 3. Continue with caution and keep an eye out for bridge signs. The answer is 2. Stop completely. Drawbridges are mechanical bridges over navigable waters that raise or turn to allow marine traffic to go under them. Drawbridge signal, red, come to a complete stop at the marked stop line. The bridge is in operation and the roadway is closed to all pedestrian and motor vehicle traffic. Every regulatory device on the road instructs you. 1. Of the hazardous conditions of your way. 2. To stop, proceed or limit of your speed. 3. To find your way safely or make your trip more comfortable. The answer is 2. To stop, proceed or limit of your speed. Regulatory devices, like traffic signs and signals, on the road instructs you to stop, proceed in a certain direction, or limit your speed. Essentially, they tell you what actions you must take as a driver. You must yield the right of way to an emergency vehicle by 1. Driving as near to the right edge of the road as possible and stopping. 2. Moving into the right lane and driving slowly until it has passed. 3. Stopping immediately, even if you are in an intersection. The answer is 1. Driving as near to the right edge of the road as possible and stopping. Motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians must yield the right of way to emergency vehicles using sirens or flashing lights. Pull over to the closest edge of the roadway immediately and stop until the emergency vehicle has passed. Do not block intersections. What type of sign is this? 1. Stop. 2. Slow-moving vehicle. 3. One way. The answer is 3. One way. One way. You must travel only in the direction of the arrow. What should you do when you need to stop your vehicle because of vehicle trouble? 1. Turn on your emergency flashers. 2. Use your horn to alert other drivers. 3. Turn on your high beam headlights. The answer is 1. Turn on your emergency flashers. If you need to stop your vehicle in Florida due to trouble, you should safely pull over to the side of the road as far away from traffic as possible, turn on your hazard lights, and place your vehicle in park. If the situation is serious or unsafe, call 911 for assistance. When parallel parking, how far should your vehicle be from the curb? 1. Less than 6 inches. 2. Between 6 and 12 inches. 3. Between 12 and 18 inches. The answer is 2. Between 6 and 12 inches. Always park on the right side of the road, unless it is a one-way street. Park parallel to the curb in the direction of traffic, with right-hand wheels parallel to and within 12 inches of the curb or side of roadway. What does this road sign mean? 1. Sharp right turn in the road ahead. 2. Traffic must exit to the right. 3. This road turns slightly right ahead. The answer is 1. Sharp right turn in the road ahead. Sharp right turn. The road will make a sharp turn to the right. Slow your speed and do not pass other vehicles. How should bicyclists signal a turn? 1. Using their vehicle's signal lights. 2. Using hand and arm positions. 3. Using their horn. The answer is 2. Using hand and arm positions. Which of the following statements about blind spots is true? 1. They are eliminated if you have one outside mirror on each side of the vehicle. 2. Large trucks have bigger blind spots than most passenger vehicles. 3. Blind spots can be checked by looking in your rearview mirrors. The answer is 2. Large trucks have bigger blind spots than most passenger vehicles. This signal indicates that 1. Split road ahead. 2. One-way traffic ahead. 3. Two-way traffic ahead. The answer is 3. Two-way traffic ahead. Two-way traffic ahead. The roadway is about to change to two-way traffic. There will be oncoming traffic. If there is an emergency vehicle directly behind your vehicle and you are in heavy traffic, you should 1. Keep moving safely until you can get out of the way. 2. Keep moving in the same lane and let the emergency vehicle change lanes. 3. Increase the speed of your vehicle and let the emergency vehicle pass you. The answer is 1. Keep moving safely until you can get out of the way. When there is not enough space to take a U-turn, you should give 1. A 2-point turn. 2. A 3-point turn. 3. A 4-point turn. The answer is 2. A 3-point turn. Sometimes you will need to turn around in a very small space. Use a 3-point turn only if the road is too narrow for a U-turn and you can't go around the block. If a railroad crossing does not have warning devices but only the following sign, you should 1. Stop within 100 feet of the railroad crossing. 2. Increase the speed and cross the railway track. 3. Slow down and proceed with caution. The answer is 3. Slow down and proceed with caution. At railroad crossings where railway tracks are not clearly visible, you should slow down. 1. To determine that no traffic is approaching. 2. To determine that a train is not coming. 3. To determine that no pedestrians are coming. The answer is 2. To determine that a train is not coming. Which of the following statements is not true regarding the use of car lights? 1. Low beams are used for city driving and road traffic conditions. 2. High beams are used when you are traveling in fog, rain or snow. 3. Low beams are used when traveling behind other vehicles. The answer is 2. High beams are used when you are traveling in fog, rain or snow. When driving in low visibility conditions, drive with lights on low beam. High beams will reflect off the fog and impair visibility even more. Which road areas are most likely to freeze first during cold weather? 1. Bridges, ramps, and overpasses. 2. All parts of the road freeze equally. 3. Less frequently driven areas, and the shoulders. The answer is 1. Bridges, ramps, and overpasses. What does this road sign mean? 1. Cyclists must use the indicated lane only. 2. Do not overtake, area for cyclists is ahead. 3. Bicycle crossing ahead. The answer is 3. Bicycle crossing ahead. Bicycle crossing. A bikeway crosses the roadway ahead. Watch for bicyclists. When you're driving behind a motorcycle, what's a good thing to do? 1. Allow a larger following distance. 2. Drive really close to the motorcycle. 3. Honk your horn to warn them. The answer is 1. Allow a larger following distance. Motorcyclists often slow down by downshifting or rolling off the throttle, thus not activating the brake light. Allow more following distance, and at intersections anticipate a motorcyclist may slow down without visual warning. When making a left turn at an intersection, where should you begin the turn? 1. From the rightmost lane. 2. From the leftmost lane. 3. From the middle of the intersection. The answer is 2. From the leftmost lane. When are you required to present proof of insurance to a law enforcement officer? 1. If you are involved in an accident or stopped for a citation. 2. Only if you are involved in an accident. 3. Only if you are stopped and issued a citation. The answer is 1. If you are involved in an accident or stopped for a citation. You may receive a citation if you are stopped by a law enforcement officer and don't have proof of insurance with you. You'll have to go to court to prove that you had insurance coverage at the time you were stopped, or your driver license may be suspended. You are driving at night on a dimly lit street and using high beams. You should dim your lights when you are within 500 feet of 1. A vehicle approaching you from behind. 2. An oncoming vehicle. 3. A sharp curve or hill. The answer is 2. An oncoming vehicle. Florida law says you must not use high beam headlights within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. Use low beam headlights. Not use high beam headlights within 300 feet of the vehicle ahead of you. Use low beam headlights. If you refuse to have a blood test to check your blood alcohol level, your license will be suspended for 1. 12 months. 2. 24 months. 3. 36 months. The answer is 1. 12 months. Implied consent law. By law, you have agreed by signing your driver license to take these tests if asked. If you refuse to take the tests when asked, your license will automatically be suspended for 1 year. When is it legal to pass a vehicle on the right on a highway? 1. When there are 2 or more lanes traveling in your direction. 2. When you are unable to pass on the left. 3. When there are double broken yellow lines. The answer is 1. When there are 2 or more lanes traveling in your direction. Passing on the right is only legal when there are 2 or more traffic lanes moving in the same direction or the vehicle you are passing is making a left turn. You may legally block an intersection. 1. When you enter the intersection on the green light. 2. During rush hour traffic. 3. Under no circumstances. The answer is 3. Under no circumstances. What does the below sign mean? 1. Divided highway ends. 2. Keep to the right of obstruction. 3. Left lane ends. The answer is 2. Keep to the right of obstruction. Keep right. Stay to the right of the divider. Rectangular signs with black letters on a white background are used as 1. Instruction signs. 2. Regulatory signs. 3. Warning signs. The answer is 2. Regulatory signs. Regulatory signs control traffic. They set limits or instruct drivers what they should or should not do and are enforceable by law. Below are common regulatory signs. When you are entering an interstate highway, you should 1. Increase your speed beyond the posted speed limit to merge. 2. Stop and wait for the space to merge with moving traffic. 3. Keep up with other traffic and obey posted speed limits. The answer is 3. Keep up with other traffic and obey posted speed limits. Limited access highways, also called expressways, interstate highways, turnpikes, toll roads, and freeways, are multiple lane roads with no stop signs, traffic lights, or railroad crossings. Do not make a U-turn around a curve or near the top of a hill if you cannot be seen by 1. Drivers approaching from either direction. 2. Drivers your right side. 3. Drivers in front of you. The answer is 1. Drivers approaching from either direction. In Florida, you should not make a U-turn around a curve or near the top of a hill if you cannot be seen by other drivers approaching from either direction. Essentially, if your visibility is limited due to the curve or hill crest, do not attempt a U-turn. What does this road sign mean? 1. Construction workers ahead. 2. School crossing ahead. 3. Pedestrian crossing ahead. The answer is 3. Pedestrian crossing ahead. Pedestrian crossing. Watch for people crossing the street. Slow down or stop to yield for pedestrians. What's the right way to change lanes when you're on the highway? 1. Blow your horn loudly, close your eyes and switch lanes. 2. Stop in the middle of the highway. 3. Signal, check mirrors, and check blind spots before changing lanes. The answer is 3. Signal, check mirrors, and check blind spots before changing lanes. To change lanes safely on the highway in Florida, you should turn on your turn signal well in advance, check your mirrors thoroughly, look over your shoulder to check your blind spot, and only change lanes when it is clear to do so, essentially, ensuring you have a safe gap in traffic before moving into the new lane. What is the proper technique of sequence to change lanes? 1. Signal, check mirrors, look over your shoulder and go. 2. Check mirrors, signal, look over your shoulder and go. 3. Check mirrors, look over your shoulder, signal and go. The answer is 1. Signal, check mirrors, look over your shoulder and go. To change lanes safely on the highway in Florida, you should turn on your turn signal well in advance, check your mirrors thoroughly, look over your shoulder to check your blind spot, and only change lanes when it is clear to do so, essentially, ensuring you have a safe gap in traffic before moving into the new lane. When you turn left from a two-way street to a one-way street, you must 1. Start your turn with the least traffic lane. 2. Start your turn with the left lane close to the yellow dividing line. 3. Start your turn with the right lane close to the curb. The answer is 2. Start your turn with the left lane close to the yellow dividing line. What does this road sign tell you about the road ahead? 1. The maximum safe speed for an expressway exit. 2. Safe speed for residential area. 3. Safe speed for school area. The answer is 1. The maximum safe speed for an expressway exit. Exit speed. This sign lists the maximum safe speed for an exit ramp on an expressway. Slow down to the posted speed. When driving in foggy conditions, you should 1. Turn on your high beams. 2. Turn on your low beams. 3. Turn on your hazard lights. The answer is 2. Turn on your low beams. When driving in low visibility conditions, drive with lights on low beam. High beams will reflect off the fog and impair visibility even more. When you spot this sign, what should you do? 1. Speed up. 2. Stop at any time. 3. Are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. The answer is 3. Are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. What should you do if a traffic light is red, but a police officer tells you to keep going through the intersection without stopping? 1. Go through the intersection without stopping. 2. Stop and argue with the police officer. 3. Turn off your car and walk away. The answer is 1. Go through the intersection without stopping. You're driving to an intersection, and the signal suddenly turns yellow. What do? 1. Speed up to go through the light. 2. Stop your car immediately. 3. Stop before entering the intersection, if you can do so safely. The answer is 3. Stop before entering the intersection, if you can do so safely. Yellow light, stop if you can safely do so. It is extremely dangerous to be in an intersection when the light turns red. When should you turn off your turn signal? 1. As soon as you have completed the turn or lane change. 2. As soon as you begin the turn or lane change. 3. Before you begin the turn or lane change. The answer is 1. As soon as you have completed the turn or lane change. When a traffic signal turns green at an intersection and you are going straight through, you should 1. Drive your vehicle as quick as possible through the intersection. 2. Make sure no more vehicles are coming through or still in the intersection. 3. Watch out for turning traffic. The answer is 2. Make sure no more vehicles are coming through or still in the intersection. When backing up your vehicle you must 1. Use mirrors and look through the rear window. 2. Sound your horn to alert pedestrians. 3. Turn on four-way flashing lights. The answer is 1. Use mirrors and look through the rear window. When you back up, check behind your vehicle before you get in. Children or small objects cannot be seen from the driver's seat. Place your right arm on the back of the seat and turn around so that you can look directly through the rear window. What is the primary purpose of a rumble strip? 1. To help drivers maintain their lane position. 2. To indicate a change in speed limit. 3. To provide traction on slippery roads. The answer is 1. To help drivers maintain their lane position. Rumble strips are designed to alert drivers to hazards and help them correct their path. They can help prevent run-off-road crashes, which are a leading cause of fatal single-vehicle crashes. What does this pentagon tell us? 1. School crossing ahead. 2. Pedestrian crossing ahead. 3. School bus stop ahead. The answer is 1. 1. School crossing ahead. School crossing. Slow down and watch for children crossing the road. Stop if necessary. Obey signals from any crossing guards. Driver's license eye exam assesses your 1. Peripheral vision. 2. Visual acuity. 3. All of the above. The answer is 3. All of the above. When you park your car on a hill facing upward, what should you do besides using the parking brake? 1. Leave the car in neutral. 2. Turn the front wheels away from the curb. 3. Turn the front wheels toward the curb. The answer is 2. Turn the front wheels away from the curb. What should you do when a car coming toward you at night has its very bright lights on? 1. Speed up and flash your lights. 2. Look directly at the bright lights. 3. Look ahead toward the right edge of your lane. The answer is 3. Look ahead toward the right edge of your lane. When should you use your high beam headlights? 1. When driving in heavy traffic. 2. When driving on a dark street without streetlights. 3. When driving within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. The answer is 1. High beam headlights can reveal objects up to a distance of at least 450 feet and are most effective for speeds faster than 25 miles per hour. What blood alcohol level, BAL, is considered illegal for a person 21 years old or older to drive in Florida? 1. 0.022. 0.053. 0.08. The answer is 3. 0.08. In Florida, it's illegal for anyone over 21 years old to drive with a blood alcohol level, BAL, of 0.08% or higher. This is considered driving under the influence, DUI. What blood alcohol level, BAL, is considered illegal for a person under 21 years of age to drive in Florida? 1. 0.02. 2. 0.15. 3. 0.08. The answer is 1. 0.02. Zero tolerance. Any driver under 21 years of age who is stopped by law enforcement and has a BAL of .02 or higher will automatically have their driving privilege suspended for 6 months. When a driver passes a bicyclist, the minimum safe distance he must maintain from cyclist is 1. 3 feet. 2. 5 feet. 3. 7 feet. The answer is 1. 3 feet. Florida law requires that you give bicyclists a minimum of 3 feet of clearance and use caution/slow speed when driving next to or passing them. On two-way roads with center lane, drivers from either direction can use the center lane to 1. Make left turns. 2. Make right turns. 3. Make frequent stops. The answer is 1. Make left turns. Two-way roadway with center lane, drivers from either direction may use the center lane for left turns, you must not use for passing. Drivers are required to obey instructions from 1. Security guards patrolling parking lots. 2. Other drivers whose vehicles are broken down on the roadway. 3. Flaggers, signal persons, at construction sites. The answer is 3. Flaggers, signal persons, at construction sites. Flaggers. People who work in roadway construction/maintenance zones to stop, slow, or guide traffic safely through the area. Flaggers wear bright-colored/fluorescent vests or jackets and use red flags or signs to direct traffic. Signs of construction or maintenance are often with 1. Yellow color with black letters. 2. Orange color with white letters. 3. Orange color with black letters. The answer is 3. Orange color with black letters. Construction and maintenance signs. The signs, usually diamond-shaped and/or orange in color, notify drivers of unusual or potentially dangerous conditions near work areas. When two vehicles arrive at an open intersection at the same time. 1. The driver on the right gives way to the driver on the left. 2. The driver on the left gives way to the driver on the right. 3. Both drivers can proceed at the same time. The answer is 2. The driver on the left gives way to the driver on the right. An open intersection is one without traffic control signs or signals. When you enter an open intersection, you must yield the right of way if a vehicle is already in the intersection, you enter or cross a state highway from a secondary road, you enter a paved road from an unpaved road, or you plan to make a left turn and a vehicle is approaching from the opposite direction. What should the driver do when they sees this signal? 1. Turn left. 2. Switch to the left lane. 3. Should not make U-turns. The answer is 3. Should not make U-turns. No U-turn. You must not make a complete turn to go in the opposite direction. Never make a U-turn on a curve, a hill, the highway, or where there is a sign that prohibits U-turns. Which of the following is an example of a safe U-turn? 1. In a residential area where there is no approaching traffic. 2. At an intersection where a red traffic light is displayed. 3. Where you can't see 200 feet in each direction due to a curve. The answer is 1. In a residential area where there is no approaching traffic. Under which circumstance is it legal to make a U-turn in a business district? 1. Where there is a no U-turn sign. 2. At an intersection with a green light. 3. At any intersection, as long as it's safe. The answer is 2. At an intersection with a green light. Florida law permits U-turns at intersections with traffic lights, provided there are no signs prohibiting them. Additionally, U-turns are allowed at intersections without traffic lights, unless there are signs explicitly prohibiting them or if the intersection is in a business district. In Florida, a driver's license accumulates 12 points within a 12-month period on his or her record. The driver's license will be suspended for 1. 30-day suspension. 2. 3-month suspension. 3. 1-year suspension. The answer is 1. 30-day suspension. Point system. 12 points within a 12-month period, 30-day suspension. 18 points within an 18-month period, 3-month suspension. 24 points within a 36-month period, 1-year suspension. If you are in the middle of an intersection when you hear the siren of an emergency vehicle, you should 1. Move to the right and stop at the intersection. 2. Continue through the intersection then move to the right and stop. 3. Continue through the intersection then move to the left and stop. The answer is 2. Continue through the intersection then move to the right and stop. Never stop in the middle of an intersection. Drive through the intersection and pull over as soon as it is safe. After the emergency vehicle has passed, use your left turn signal and make sure the lane is clear. Be sure there are no other emergency vehicles approaching. When you are passing another vehicle on a two-lane highway, you can pass 1. From the right of the vehicle only. 2. From the left of the vehicle only. 3. From the left or right of the vehicle. The answer is 2. From the left of the vehicle only. How can you determine when it is safe to merge back into the right lane after overtaking a vehicle on the left? 1. When you have a clear view of the other driver in your rearview mirror. 2. When you can see the headlights of the car you just passed in your rearview mirror. 3. When the driver of the vehicle you passed indicates that it is safe to return. The answer is 2. When you can see the headlights of the car you just passed in your rearview mirror. Do not return to the right side of the road until you can see the tires of the vehicle you passed in your rearview mirror. Signal when you are about to return to your lane. When entering or merging with traffic that is moving on a highway, you should enter 1. At a slower speed. 2. At a faster speed. 3. At the same speed and within the speed limit. The answer is 3. At the same speed and within the speed limit. How long do you have to get the driver's license after becoming a Florida resident? 1. 30 days. 2. 15 days. 3. 20 days. The answer is 1. 30 days. What should you do when a pedestrian is at an uncontrolled intersection? 1. Stop and allow the pedestrian to cross the road. 2. Pedestrians have the right of way only at marked crosswalks. 3. Continue driving because pedestrians are supposed to give priority to vehicles. The answer is 1. Stop and allow the pedestrian to cross the road. Rules for motorists. You must stop and remain stopped for pedestrians crossing a street or driveway at any marked crossing or intersection. How should you maintain your speed when moving toward an exit ramp? 1. Do not slow down until you have moved onto the exit ramp. 2. Keep the same speed when moving toward the exit ramp. 3. Slow down before moving onto the exit ramp. The answer is 3. Slow down before moving onto the exit ramp. Slow down in the deceleration lane. Check the posted safe speed for the exit ramp. A person whose driver's license is under suspension may 1. Drive when accompanied by a licensed driver. 2. Drive to and from work. 3. Not drive under any circumstances. The answer is 3. Not drive under any circumstances. If your driving privilege is suspended or revoked, you may be eligible to apply for a hardship license or reinstatement. If you are under 21 years old and receive a notice of suspension for driving with a blood alcohol level, BAL, of 0.02 to 0.05, you must complete a TLC course in order to reinstate your driver license on a hardship basis. When you see this sign at an intersection, you must 1. Slow down and yield to oncoming traffic. 2. Come to a complete stop, proceed only when safe to do so. 3. Stop only if you see pedestrians crossing. The answer is 2. Come to a complete stop, proceed only when safe to do so. Stop sign. You must bring your vehicle to a complete halt. Stop before the stop line, or if there is no stop line, before the crosswalk or intersection at a point near the intersecting roadway where you have a clear view of approaching traffic. If you cancel or remove your car from the insurance policy. 1. If the vehicle registration is valid, you may continue driving. 2. Surrender the license plate to DMV beforehand. 3. You should not drive your car on public roads. The answer is 2. Surrender the license plate to DMV beforehand. If you don't maintain insurance coverage throughout the vehicle registration period, you must turn in the vehicle license plate to any driver license service center. Turn in your plate before canceling your insurance to prevent the suspension of your license and to avoid reinstatement fees. If another driver is following you very closely, you should not 1. Increase your speed. 2. Provide more space to allow it to pass. 3. Maintain your speed to allow more space in front of you. The answer is 1. Increase your speed. If another driver is threatening you or intentionally driving dangerously around you, remain calm and try to put as much distance between you and them as possible. Slow down and let them pass. Do not make eye contact, do not make obscene gestures. What is something important to know about taking drugs and driving? 1. Taking drugs can improve your driving skills. 2. Drugs have no effect on driving ability. 3. Even over-the-counter drugs can impair your driving. The answer is 3. Even over-the-counter drugs can impair your driving. You can be charged with driving under the influence, DUI, if you are found to be driving or in physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcoholic beverages, controlled substances, prescriptions, or over-the-counter medication. What does a solid yellow line on the roadway indicate? 1. Indicate the no U-turn area. 2. Marks the center of a road used for two-way traffic. 3. Marks the no passing zone for both directions. The answer is 2. Marks the center of a road used for two-way traffic. Yellow lane lines separate lanes moving in opposite directions. Drivers entering a main road from a driveway should 1. Give way to all vehicles on the main road. 2. Slow down before entering to the main road. 3. Not take a left turn. The answer is 1. Give way to all vehicles on the main road. Drivers entering a road from a driveway, alley, or roadside must yield to vehicles already on the main road, as well as to pedestrians and bicyclists on the sidewalk or in bike lanes. The danger areas around trucks and buses where accidents are most frequent are called 1. No zone. 2. Dark zone. 3. Bright spots. The answer is 1. No zone. Stay out of the no zone. CMVs have large blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Even though CMVs have several rear-view mirrors, other vehicles will be hidden from view if within the no zone/blind spot. This signal warns drivers that 1. They must move towards the roadside at high speed. 2. They must move towards the roadside and slow down. 3. They should not leave the pavement. The answer is 3. They should not leave the pavement. Soft shoulder. The ground on the side of the road is soft. Don't leave the pavement except in an emergency. What does this road sign mean? 1. Keep to the right of the traffic island. 2. Road turns right then left. 3. Pass other traffic on the right. The answer is 1. Keep to the right of the traffic island. Keep right. Stay to the right of the divider. When approaching a school bus with its red lights flashing and stop sign extended, in which situation are you not required to stop? 1. On a two-lane road. 2. In a residential area. 3. On a divided highway with a physical barrier. The answer is 3. On a divided highway with a physical barrier. If the highway is divided by a raised barrier or an unpaved median at least 5 feet wide, you do not have to stop if you are moving in the opposite direction of the bus. When entering a freeway from an acceleration lane, you should 1. Yield to traffic already on the freeway. 2. Merge with freeway traffic at the same speed. 3. Enter the freeway at a significantly lower speed. The answer is 2. Merge with freeway traffic at the same speed. Adjust your speed to safely merge into traffic when you reach the end of the acceleration lane. Merge into traffic when you can do so safely. You must yield the right of way to traffic on the highway. A 16-year-old licensed driver may not drive between unless driving to or from work or accompanied by a licensed driver age 21 or older. 1. 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. 2. Midnight and 5 a.m. 3. 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. The answer is 1. 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. A 16-year-old licensed driver may not drive between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless driving to or from work or accompanied by a licensed driver age 21 or older. A 17-year-old licensed driver may not drive between unless driving to or from work or accompanied by a licensed driver age 21 or older. 1. 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. 2. 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. 3. 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. The answer is 2. 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. A 17-year-old licensed driver may not drive between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., unless driving to or from work or accompanied by a licensed driver age 21 or older. When merging onto a freeway, what should you do if you find that you have entered an acceleration lane too soon? 1. Stop and wait for a gap in traffic. 2. Merge immediately and adjust your speed accordingly. 3. Continue accelerating and merge at the end of the acceleration lane. The answer is 3. Continue accelerating and merge at the end of the acceleration lane. When driving on a two-lane road with no center divider, what should you do if an oncoming vehicle drifts into your lane? 1. Swerve to the right. 2. Honk your horn and maintain your position. 3. Sound horn and flash high beams, brake hard, and steer to the side of the road. The answer is 3. Sound horn and flash high beams, brake hard, and steer to the side of the road. Vehicle approaching in your lane. 1. Sound horn and flash high beams. 2. Brake hard. 3. Steer to the side of the road. The driver of a vehicle who is being overtaken by another should 1. Not increase the speed. 2. Move to the left. 3. Increase the speed. The answer is 1. Not increase the speed. Being passed. Do not increase your speed when you are being passed. Move to the right side of your lane to give passing drivers more room and a better view of the road ahead. When driving on a multi-lane highway, which lane should be used for passing slower traffic? 1. The left lane. 2. The right lane. 3. The center lane. The answer is 1. The left lane. Florida law states that a driver must move out of the left lane when being overtaken from behind by another vehicle traveling at a faster speed. When approaching a railroad crossing without any control devices or signals, what is the appropriate action? 1. Stop at least 15 feet away from the crossing. 2. Increase speed and cross the tracks quickly. 3. Slow down and be prepared to stop. The answer is 3. Slow down and be prepared to stop. When approaching a highway railroad crossing, slow down and be ready to stop. Do not stop on the railroad tracks or within 15 feet of the crossing. When approaching a railroad crossing with no control devices, what is the appropriate distance to stop your vehicle from the nearest rail? 1. 15 feet. 2. 20 feet. 3. 25 feet. The answer is 1. 15 feet. When approaching a highway railroad crossing, slow down and be ready to stop. Do not stop on the railroad tracks or within 15 feet of the crossing. When a traffic light is displaying a flashing yellow signal, it means 1. Stop and proceed only when it is safe to do so. 2. Proceed with caution. 3. Yield to pedestrians and other traffic. The answer is 2. Proceed with caution. Flashing yellow light. Used at, or just before, dangerous intersections. Also used to alert you to a warning sign such as a school crossing or sharp curve. Proceed with caution. What does this road sign means? 1. Low clearance ahead. 2. Divided highway ahead. 3. Narrow bridge ahead. The answer is 1. Low clearance ahead. Low clearance. Do not enter if your vehicle is taller than the height listed on the sign. At a roundabout, the driver must drive in 1. Counterclockwise direction. 2. Clockwise direction. 3. The shortest direction to the exit. The answer is 1. Counterclockwise direction. A roundabout is a circular intersection with no traffic signal. Roundabouts travel in a one-way, counterclockwise direction. What does this road sign mean? 1. Two-way traffic ahead. 2. Emergency vehicle crossing. 3. Truck crossing. The answer is 2. Emergency vehicle crossing. Emergency vehicle crossing. Watch for emergency vehicles entering or crossing the roadway. What does this sign mean? 1. This lane is reserved for cars traveling at high speeds. 2. This lane is reserved for certain purposes or certain vehicles. 3. This lane is reserved for right turns. The answer is 2. This lane is reserved for certain purposes or certain vehicles. If someone follows you very closely, you should 1. Increase your speed to avoid the driver behind you. 2. Sound the horn to warn the other driver. 3. Keep a constant speed and stay calm. The answer is 3. Keep a constant speed and stay calm. If another driver is threatening you or intentionally driving dangerously around you, remain calm and try to put as much distance between you and them as possible. Slow down and let them pass. Do not make eye contact, do not make obscene gestures. If you need help, call FHP, 347, or 911. Car tires slide on a thin layer of water and lose contact with the road is known as 1. Hydroplaning. 2. Skidding. 3. Sliding. The answer is 1. Hydroplaning. Hydroplaning happens when your vehicle slides on top of a thin layer of water between your tires and the road. When your tires are not touching the road, you can easily lose control and skid. If you have to park on the street, park your car 1. As far from the curb as possible. 2. As far from the road as possible. 3. As far from the traffic as possible. The answer is 3. As far from the traffic as possible. When parking on a public road, move as far away from traffic as possible. If there is a roadside shoulder, pull as far onto it as you can. Always park on the right side of the road, unless it is a one-way street. This traffic sign means 1. The left road is closed. 2. Turning left is not allowed. 3. The left lane is blocked ahead. The answer is 2. Turning left is not allowed. The no left turn sign is a turn prohibition sign that is designed to prevent an accident from occurring by informing drivers that turning left is prohibited. The probability of having an accident increases if the driver has consumed 1. A cup of coffee. 2. An energy drink. 3. Alcohol, drugs or prescription medicines. The answer is 3. Alcohol, drugs or prescription medicines. On a highway with multiple lanes, vehicles traveling at high speeds may use 1. Lanes close to the left. 2. Lanes close to the right. 3. High occupancy lane. The answer is 1. Lanes close to the left. Drivers should move over for faster traffic in the left lane. Drivers should move to the right lane if they are not passing. Which of the following statements is incorrect? 1. If you hit an unattended vehicle, report the accident to the police. 2. Driving too slowly is considered safe and prevent accidents on the highway. 3. Throwing garbage on public roads can be fined up to $1,000. The answer is 2. Driving too slowly is considered safe and prevent accidents on the highway. Driving too slowly is also against Florida law. You must not drive so slowly that you block or delay traffic moving at normal, safe speeds. You should drive with the flow of traffic, within the speed limit. When driving slower than the flow of traffic, keep right so others may safely pass. On highways, when the posted speed limit is 70 miles per hour, the minimum speed limit is 50 miles per hour. Bicycles traveling on a one-way street with 2 or more lanes of traffic can ride 1. On the side of the road. 2. On the right side of the street. 3. On the left side of the street. The answer is 3. On the left side of the street. Rules for bicyclists: when operating a bicycle on a one-way street with 2 or more traffic lanes, bicyclists may ride on the left-hand side of the road. Most common places where car and motorcycle collisions occur are 1. Roundabout. 2. Intersections. 3. Highways. The answer is 2. Intersections. Use extra caution when approaching an intersection. Crashes happen at intersections more than any other place. When the sunlight is so bright, and you are going to turn. 1. Use horn to warn other drivers. 2. Use four-way emergency lights. 3. Use hand signals along with turning signal lights. The answer is 3. Use hand signals along with turning signal lights. You may drive off the paved roadway to pass another vehicle. 1. If the shoulder is wide enough to accommodate your vehicle. 2. If the vehicle ahead of you is turning left. 3. Under no circumstances. The answer is 3. Under no circumstances. You may not drive off the paved roadway to pass another vehicle in Florida. This is illegal and unsafe. You should use your turn signals. 1. When changing lanes or merging into traffic. 2. When turning left or right. 3. Both of the above. The answer is 3. Both of the above. Turn signals are required by law when changing lanes or overtaking a vehicle. You want to make a right turn at an upcoming intersection. You should slow down and 1. Move toward the right side of your lane. 2. Avoid driving in the bicycle lane. 3. Signal for 5 feet before turning. The answer is 1. Move toward the right side of your lane. Slow down, get in lane closest to the direction you are turning, turn on signal, and yield right of way to vehicles, bicycles and pedestrians. You must obey instructions from school safety patrols or crossing guards. 1. Only during school hours. 2. Unless you do not see any children present. 3. At all times. The answer is 3. At all times. School crossing. Slow down and watch for children crossing the road. Stop if necessary. Obey signals from any crossing guards. When children or school crossing guards are present in a crosswalk, you must yield and stop at the stop line and not in the crosswalk. When parking uphill on a two-way street with no curb, your front wheels should be 1. Turn to the left, toward the street. 2. Turn to the right, away from the street. 3. Parallel with the pavement. The answer is 2. Turn to the right, away from the street. Uphill without curb, turn wheels to the right. This sign on a center lane means you may use this lane for 1. Turning left or right only. 2. Passing slow-moving vehicles only. 3. Turning left only. The answer is 3. Turning left only. Center turn lane. The center lane is shared, allowing left turns in both directions of travel. To pull out of a parking space, you should 1. Honk your horn and slowly pull away from the curb. 2. Check for traffic, signal, and quickly pull away from the curb. 3. Check for traffic, signal, and pull away from the curb when it is safe to do so. The answer is 3. Check for traffic, signal, and pull away from the curb when it is safe to do so. Before you drive from a parked position, make sure the roadway is clear. Give the proper turn signal and yield to other traffic before pulling away from the curb. What does this road sign mean? 1. School bus stop ahead. 2. Hidden intersection. 3. School with playground. The answer is 1. School bus stop ahead. School bus stop ahead. Be prepared to stop. This sign is used to alert motorists of an upcoming school bus stop that may be unexpected or obscured by roadway geometry, such as a curve or hill. What documents may a law enforcement officer require a motor vehicle owner to produce? 1. Ask for your Florida voter identification card. 2. Ask for your driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration. 3. Ask for your U.S. taxpayer identification numbers such as Social Security number, SSN, or an employer identification number, EIN. The answer is 2. Ask for your driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration. Ask for your driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration. If the documents are out of your reach, tell the officer where they are and wait for the officer's acknowledgement before reaching to retrieve the documents. Under what circumstances may a driver's license can be cancelled, void and terminated, if 1. Your license was issued in error. 2. You give false information or identification, or you fail to complete a required school. 3. Any of the above circumstances. The answer is 3. Any of the above circumstances. What does this road sign means? 1. Gives information about directions and distances. 2. Directs you to services. 3. Direct you to scenic areas. The answer is 1. Gives information about directions and distances. Green guide signs. Gives information about directions and distances. East-west routes have even numbers and north-south have odd numbers. In Florida, mile markers indicate your location on an interstate and match with exit numbers. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share our channel. Thank you.